Alright guys, what is up? Welcome to World of Tanks with Lone Debater 7. This game's been around for a really long time, like decades. I've played it a little bit in the past, but it's been, 5+ years, something like that, since the last time I touched the game. And they have changed it, like the graphics are better, I think, than the last time I played. The tech trees are different, there's new tanks and stuff like that, so kind of cool. I unfortunately lost the footage of the tutorial and kind of unlocking these tanks because unfortunately my sound mixing was off and the game sound basically wiped out all the audio. Anyway, I think I have it fixed now, so we'll give it a try. But I wanted to come in and kind of show off some World of Tanks. I haven't ever played the tank destroyer line as a main before, but that's kind of what I want to do. I did a little bit of reading, and it supposedly the German tank destroyer line's pretty good, so let me just show you the tech tree. You start with the German T1, then go for the tank destroyer, and kind of work your way through this line all the way down to the E100 at the very end. This is supposed to be a really good tank destroyer. I don't know. We'll find out. We're only at the Martyr 38T. I bought this one over the Hetzer mainly because the Hetzer has lower fire or damage and penetration, I believe, than the Martyr. So the Martyr's a little bit better for a couple reasons, so that's why I went with it. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to unlock this one. I just unlocked the 38T, so we've got a little ways on that. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the game, basically you have to play through a little tutorial. And you get to pick which, tech tree you want to start with. So every single one of these has a little T1 light tank that you can pick from. So at the very beginning, you kind of want to go in knowing which tech tree you want to play, because you get 2 free tanks. So you get the light tank, T1, you get a T2 tank, and you get a T3 tank. So it does jump you through the first 3 tiers pretty quick. I made the mistake of not knowing what I wanted to do when I played the tutorial. So I also kind of started down the American light tank line. So I have the M3 Lee. I'm not very good with the playstyle on this one, so it's going to take me a while to get to the M4A1, which is a good tank. I mean, basically I can work my way up and try to get to the Patton, which is a good one. So we'll cover the American tanks in a different series. This one's going to be focused on the German tank destroyers. So what I want to do with this is basically show you a little bit of the research trees and the combat for each of these. So I want to show you the research as I unlock it. As I said, I lost the footage. So here we are. I have this one fully upgraded, the first tank destroyer you can get in the German line, the Panzerjager 1. Fully upgraded, so top gun, top engine, and tracks. So yeah, fun little tank. And for this episode, we're going to go and play a few battles in this one, just so you can kind of see how it plays, get you introduced to the feel of a, T2 tank destroyer. So we'll go ahead and boot in. If the game load time is taking too long, I will just pause it and edit in the footage. So we might break here and come back once the match has started. So we'll see you in a few, and yeah. Alright guys, what is up? We finally got a match. It took like a minute or so for the battle match to load. If you didn't, read the little screen in between, we basically are going to try to live stream a lot of the gameplay, just so it's a little bit easier flow, I think, than trying to do it on YouTube. I'll try to keep the content on both, that way, people can watch where they want to, and, it's archived a little bit. Anyway, our first stream of World of Tanks is going to be this coming Saturday, so April 11th. Kind of dates the video, but anyway, if you want to watch the stream, come check it out. It'll be pretty much all day Saturday. That's kind of the plan. Maybe start mid-afternoon Mountain Time and continue on until I get bored of playing. We might check out a couple other games at the same time, depending on what people want to watch. So yeah, come check out the live stream. It's going to be our first one, so I'm pretty stoked about it, honestly. Anyway, we are in a T2, T3 match, and we are a tank destroyer. So the big limiting factor of tank destroyers is they don't have a turret, so you don't have full range of motion of your little cannon here. So that means that you have to actually turn your vehicle left and right in order to get more range of motion. We're going to try to take this guy. Hopefully he keeps coming. Keep coming. Come on, cruiser. They're trying. I don't think they haven't spotted me yet, so I could try to just, you know, push out and end him. Let's go out a little bit. Maybe we can get a shot in. So this is kind of how you play a tank destroyer. You kind of just wait for an opportunity to shoot somebody to arise because you're not as armored as the other tanks. So usually you get killed in like one shot. So I'm trying not to die right away so you can actually see how matches progress. It's not always the best. Like, since my tank's fully upgraded, these guys probably don't have fully upgraded tanks. Mine's like insanely fast by comparison. That's probably why I'm in a T2, T3 match instead of just a T2. Jeez, almost got hit. Anyway, let's see if we can't get one of these jokers. Yeah, they're falling back because we've got 3, they only have 2. Realistically, we should be pushing right now, but these guys are new because it's low-tier tanks, so I don't trust them to know that, and I'm not gonna die as a result of teammates not knowing how to play. Anyway, we lost the kill on that one, and then this guy's behind the other tank. That's fine. Whatever. We weren't fast enough on the draw, or well, we were too fast. We didn't take the time to let our turret basically, you know, focus in for the shot. So, get this guy. 1. Oh, come on. Boom, got him. Alright, so we got 1 kill. No, someone robbed us. Ridiculous. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Some jackass is trying to cap us. It's not a big deal. I'll let this guy go fend him off. We really do need to go up and try to cap if no one's going to turn around and go back to base. I don't think I'm going to be fast enough to get there in time. Well, I could probably get there in time, but I'll get killed, so not worth it. So I'm just going to pokey poke right here. Start taking this jackass out. Yeah, turn around. Get wrecked. Got him. Alright, cool. Oh, shoot. We're getting taken from behind. 1 engine, they got the engine. Shoot. Since I'm using small repair kits, they give you large repair kits and large medikits at the start. I still have some. I'm saving them for, you know, my higher tier tanks as opposed to the low tier matches. So with the small kits, which you get from just playing matches, you get the small variants all the time. So they're free. But you have to not only activate the kit, but tell it which piece of equipment to repair. So it's 2 button clicks instead of just 1, and I didn't realize he took out my engine fast enough to be able to hit both of them before being killed. So it's alright, not a big deal. We're going to lose though, because this guy's going to cap us, which kind of is a joke, but whatever. I don't understand why those 3 tanks didn't just chill in our base. Like, it would have capped faster, because the more tanks you have, the faster it'll go. But that's alright, whatever. So anyway, guys, first match there with our T2 tank destroyer. We'll probably add 1 more in for the you know, video, just because 1 match doesn't give you the full breadth. I actually wanted to survive, but we got 1 kill, not bad. Next time, depending on what tanks are in the lineup, we might be able to get more, might get less, we might play it a little different depending on the map. But that was Heim Ezeldorf, I think. I probably mispronounced that, but whatever. Super fun map. I actually like that one quite a bit. We'll probably end up playing Mines for one of these, is my guess, because it's pretty popular on the lower tier levels. But anyway, guys, so we'll show you another one of these and we'll come back with that. Before we do go to the next battle, I wanted to talk a little more on the tech tree. I know I mentioned that you want to have an idea of what to play. So kind of the way this works, you have light tanks. Light tanks go in, they scout, they find the enemies, so tank destroyers, medium tanks, heavy tanks can take them out because they have bigger guns, right? Medium tanks are kind of the next step up. They have a little more armor, so they can take hits a little bit better. They're slower typically than light tanks, so they're not always the best for scouting. However, depending on the tank, those stats might change a little bit. So medium tanks, they're kind of like the DPS tank. They go in behind the light tanks to kind of get the finishing blow, while the light tank goes in, rushes them, and shoots them. Then you have your heavy tanks, which you don't unlock until this one is a tier 4, I guess. So you can get a heavy tank tier 4 if you're in the German line. I don't know much about heavy tanks. It's not my kind of play style, but they're super slow, really big armor, basically, so they're hard to kill, and they hit really hard. So these guys bring up the rear. Normally you'll go find a spot, like a choke point on the map between your base and the enemy, and just wait for them to come and take them out because they won't be able to kill you. So those are the three base lines of those are the three main types of tanks. Then you also have artillery, which are a little bit different. Basically, these guys, they shoot from a distance, so they'll be towards the back of the map, hidden somewhere, and they'll wait until an enemy is spotted and is stationary or what have you, and then fire their artillery shell. Normally that will kill them in one shot if they hit. Artilleries do have a pretty wide range, so they're not the most accurate guns in the world, but they can be fun. We might do an artillery playthrough. I'll probably end up doing the American line because I kind of like it. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about which lines to look at. So if you want to play light tank, medium, heavy tank, the American line and the Russian lines are great regardless. So for light tanks, I think you go this line, so the Stuart line, which I'm also playing. We'll have a different series for that. For medium tanks, you go for the Patton. For heavy tanks, I think you just go for this one. Russian, I don't know which line you actually go for. Well, yes, I do. So T-34 is the good medium tank. The KV-1S and the IS, so this line is good for the heavy tanks. British is actually really good, so the Cromwell is a really good medium light tank type line. So if you like that rush and fire type play style, the British line might be for you. The other ones I don't really know. They're kind of limited, so these ones have a couple options, but like this one, for example, is only light tanks for the most part. So whichever line you pick, it's totally fine. I would suggest you do it based off of how you want to play. And you can obviously have multiple lines. Just keep in mind you are limited on the number of tanks you can house in your garage, so you might have to sell some of your tanks. I still have a bunch of the T1, so we've got plenty of slots, but you can buy them, but it costs the in-game currency. I'm not going to spend money, so yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll come back with the next match with our T2 tank destroyer, and yeah, we'll pick up from there. Alright guys, what is up? We found this game a lot faster, and it is mines. I basically called that. However, it is all T2s, which is going to be fun. Since our tank is maxed out, we should be really powerful against these guys. I'm not going to rush though. Tank destroyers on this map should, if you're playing this base, I normally go up here because you can snipe the guys from afar and they don't kill you right away. Normally, kind of depends. Just read the map a little bit, but that also gives your teammates time to go and scout and find where all the tanks are, just because they're a little bit more armored than you, and you don't want to die right away, right? So, at least I don't. I mean, if you're a light tank, you might... Well, if you're a light tank, you should be running forward because you need to be scouting. Like, this guy's an asshole for not going forward and scouting. Like, I don't understand why he's up here. Dude, for real? Like, you're a tank. Go out there and tank it up. This is where TDs and artillery sit. Whatever, it's fine. We'll wait for someone to come over the hill, which they inevitably do. I don't think I've seen a match where they didn't rush the hill. So here's one who's maybe going to come out this side. I don't know. We'll wait. He's behind cover. We can't hit him yet. He's too far down the grade. Okay, that's fine. We'll wait for them to push forward a little bit more because they usually come up to these rocks. We'll see. Come on. It's okay, little T60. You can come out. I mean, this shell will probably kill you, but that's okay. Let it happen. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, there are some guys right here. So let's get him. Alright, cool. Got one. And, alright, someone finally pushed forward a little bit. Awesome. Oh, I want to get this shot so bad. Ah, too bad. Oh well. He'll push out one way or the other. I don't understand why he's not pushing forward. Like, seriously. This homie is not even covered, but whatever. We're gonna start getting ganked probably on the left, or flanked, whatever you want to call it, because, yeah, haven't been monitoring that all that close. So let's see if we can't take out another one of these tanks. He's behind cover. So is that guy. I kind of don't want to go too far forward just because I don't want him to see me. Cool, got one shot. Ah, didn't penetrate. Too bad. He'll pop back out, hopefully. Oh, there's a guy. Got him once. How? What? Okay, whatever. It's fine. So we died again, but we would have probably lost this match anyway because our guys failed at holding the hill somehow. I'm not sure. Like, we had more tanks up there, so I don't know why they all died so quickly. And I guess we lost our artillery, and these guys are just chilling by themselves, covering something that... like, I don't understand why they're still over there. Like, pay attention to the map. Come run over here because there's like 5 tanks. Anyway, guys, it's not a big deal. So, we lost this one. We're just going to go back to the garage, which you can do. So, that's why it's beneficial to have multiple tanks you like to play, or a couple of different styles you want to try out, which I would suggest if you're new to the game. You know, try a light tank, try a medium tank, try a tank destroyer, try artillery, try a heavy tank, try them all. Because you'll kind of figure out what tanks you like to play. That way, you know, yeah, you're trying to push, like from my line, this is my 38T, the T4, I am trying to push to unlock this guy, right? So I need 3200 experience, which you get experience by playing matches, or you can use the free experience up there. So I could do it now. I don't want to waste the free experience, so I'm not going to. But if you die before the match ends, you're essentially going to have to wait until the match is over before you can play the tank again. So I'll play Martyr 38T and die, so I have to find another tank to kind of bide my time. So I'd go back and probably play the Lee. This tank is going to take forever. Like, I've got almost 2200 XP with it, but to get to the Sherman, which is the one I want, I need 14,000. So that's what I'm saving this free experience for the most part. So between the two of them, we've got about 5,000. So we've got a long ways to go to unlock that. And this tank, like, I don't know, the turret on this one is garbage. It basically makes this tank a tank destroyer, but worse, because tank destroyers at least have full range of motion in front. This one, it like doesn't. So yeah, I don't like I said, I haven't mastered the playstyle on this one yet. Hopefully I'll get better, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of games, because this one also, if you noticed, unlocks the T1 heavy. So if I want a heavy tank, I also have to play this one to unlock this. So it's alright. You know, I actually enjoy the game. Even if you get taken out right away, you kind of learn where to go on the map. So the more games you play, the better you're going to get just naturally, because you're going to learn what spots to go sit at. You'll learn, like, even if you lose, you'll learn why you lost, right? So maybe there were 3 tanks that attacked you and you didn't have any backup, or maybe you just got shot out because you didn't have something to repair your tread, or whatever it may be. Anyway, guys, so that I think we're gonna call it for today on that one. So that was the T2 Panzerjager tank destroyer. So pretty fun to play. Next time we'll be covering the T3 Martyr 2 tank destroyer from the German line, and then we'll go to the Martyr 38. Keep on the lookout for the channel in general. I'm going to be covering a couple of different games. We'll come back to Empyrean because I know a lot of people enjoyed that series. I'm just waiting for the next big update to do so, just because not a lot has changed. I mean, basically it's just resource grinding at this point, which is fun for me, but maybe not so much for you guys watching. Anyway, we'll try to cover a couple of other tank lines as well. So we're going to have the tank destroyer, the German one. We're probably going to do the progression on the M3 Stuart. And then once we unlock, we'll probably show some M3 Lee because it's a big one if you're going the American line to get into the heavy tanks. We'll do the Stuart, so the light tanks from American line. And we might take a look at the Russian heavy tanks. I don't know. We'll kind of play that by ear. Let me know in the comments down below what tech tree you would like me to play, and we'll definitely add it to the list. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, the series, and want to see more gaming content, tutorials, guides, playthroughs, what have you, check out my channel, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button. That way you can see every time I upload. Generally speaking, it's about 5 p.m. every day. However, depending upon circumstances, might be a little later, or there might be some days in between. Anyway, guys, this has been Lone Debater 7, checking out World of Tanks, and until next time, we will see you.